Hi, guys. All right. So, my Leos, I thought I would do your reading a little bit earlier instead of making you guys wait till tomorrow. So, let's go ahead and jump on into this. You know that we are sitting right here, the cusp of Easter. We've got that that full pink moon in Libra right now, also. And because of all of this new growth energy, especially with that full pink moon, that is representing the moss pink, the little pink flowers that are in bloom right now. So everything is about springtime. It's about renewal. It's about revival. It's about fresh beginnings. And even like aspects of forgiveness. So let's see where this storyline takes us in that respect. Oh my. Okay, so we definitely have, it's weird because we have a situation where it's like the universe is saying, after a time period of being blocked, or maybe we think that we've been blocked, things are about to speed up like a ton. Okay, so we've got the Wheel of Fortune, but it's in the reverse, right? So there has been some stagnancy, and yet that stagnancy is like gone in a poof. Okay, we have this Knight of Swords. I almost feel like, you know when like a sprinter, a runner who's about to run a race, they put their heel in, right? You see them kind of like do that little mush where they get a grip for their heel, so that when they take off, when they hear the firing of that gun that tells them that the race has begun, they take off and they have a lot of push, they have a lot of momentum. I kind of think that that's the example of what this has been. Something got bogged down in life, but it actually provided a platform. It actually provided an ability for you to get a good grip under your heel, because you're going to be propelling really fast forward, or someone is. Okay, now here's the flip side of this. It could be that you have felt like something is stagnant, but what you don't realize is someone else has been gaining momentum. I mean, look at this. This is like gale force winds, right? This is looking like a stormy sky. We see the palm tree, and she's out here loving it. This is somebody who is like completely in their element, super powerful. She's kind of like a martial artist out here, and she's loving the feeling of this power. She's like part of this power. I'm not sure yet. Let's get through these first 5 cards, and then we'll piece the rest of the storyline together, because we're moving right into this incredible success. And I feel like this is very much you with the 6 of Wands. I think something is coming that's going to make you feel freaking amazing, but I think it's after a time period where you were like, yeah, no, that's not happening. We all know that that's not happening. No, this is happening in a big way. We've got, excuse me, we've got our Libra energy coming in here with the Justice card. I feel like it's finally going to be made right. I feel like something has not been fair. There's an awareness that something was not fair. And it must have had something to do with that stagnation and possibly feeling overlooked. This could be about career. This could be maybe you deserved to have been promoted a long time ago, and instead it's actually coming now. But whatever you're getting now is way more. It's almost like making up for lost time. This could be either, maybe it's not a promotion, maybe the promotion you didn't get somewhere else. The universe is bringing you something even better, like a whole new job, a whole new opportunity. And it's like so much better. It's everything you hoped for, because this is where the universe is like, you've been unfair to my Leo. We don't do that. I'll set this right myself. This, to me, justice in the upright is where the universe did not miss the fact that something wasn't fair. You're having a gigantic payoff. You are being recognized for something. Hold on. Let's go. Actually, I want to stay with this deck and do, I think, one on each of these. What was the big blockage here? What was the big blockage? 8 of Cups. You felt alone. You felt like, geez, I got nobody beside me for this one. I have been either cut out of an opportunity, so I guess I just got to forge my way through. I guess I don't have colleagues to stand beside me. I guess I don't have a partner that's got my back. I guess it's just kind of me doing me. If that's how that is, I guess that's just how that is. Tell me about the Knight of Swords. The Hermit in the reverse. Oh, this is so awesome, though. This is Virgo energy, but this is where all that sudden, swift change. It is after a time period of big delays. I do kind of think, though, that this is you who's having a major breakthrough now. I think that this stays on the Leo's side. It's a major breakthrough. If you didn't have support around you, if you had to handle everything on your own, if you didn't get the success, you didn't get the accolades at the job that you deserved, or you had a partnership where it's like they never wanted to make it become like a serious commitment, you might have walked away from it. And it could have felt like, okay, if this is just going to stay stagnant, I can't be stagnant. I got to let go of this. And the second you let go of it, you're like, wow, oh my God, I can see this for what it was. Because I feel lighter and brighter that I've let go of either this person or let go of an expectation that they were going to be able to be my match. It's almost like you realize how much like inner work you'd already done in this situation. And now it's like, oh my gosh, I feel so much more myself. I feel so much more powerful. Tell me about that Six of Wands, because I mean, obviously you're sitting here in power. We've got the Queen of Wands. We've got the Tower in the reverse, Aries energy. Not only do I feel stronger, better, sexier, now that I've let go of that previous relationship, that person who just couldn't figure out how to move things forward, I walked away from them and I'm feeling like so much stronger than I have in such a long time. I realize now that, I mean, I'll just say it, it wasn't me, it was them. I'm not the person who was struggling in the connection, because as soon as I'm away from that connection that was so bogged down, that couldn't blossom, couldn't grow, turns out I'm a freaking hot commodity over here. Either everybody now wants to date me, and it's like, wow, so it wasn't me who was the issue. It was, or if it's a career aspect, it's like, okay, so I couldn't seem to get ahead in the career that I had. They didn't advance me. I kept getting overlooked. Now that I've actually maybe quit, or now that I put up my resume, I have all these companies that are like, oh, we want you. Oh my God, your skill set's amazing. Oh, we want you. And all of a sudden it's like, wow. So it wasn't that that I was in the wrong place, but it wasn't that I wasn't who I needed to be. It was just that my skill set wasn't being acknowledged in the location I was working at, or my what I bring to the table in a relationship couldn't be accepted by someone because they weren't able to accept who I was. So this is like, it's really nice because there isn't any like major breakdown happening. Now that we've walked away from a situation, we've recognized that this just needed to happen to free me. um, and the skill set that I already have is a wonderful platform to keep growing from. Or the way I feel about myself, it turns out I wasn't really a head trip. It was the situation I was in that was just, it was making me confused. Maybe it was making me feel like I don't get why this is so bogged down. You know, how am I contributing to the difficulty of this relationship? Or why is this job not like able to see my skill set? Am I really just not that good at this? And it's like, actually, with this storyline, it's like, no, you've been rocking it all along. You were just in the wrong spot. Someone couldn't see it, couldn't acknowledge it. That's actually, I think that's a really like, oh, a breath of fresh air. You know, sometimes other people's delays, we think it must be because they're delaying because they're not sure about me because I might not be good enough. And it's like, no, the problem was on their end. Their delays were their issue. Let's not let other people's issues become our issues. This is so like, it's such a breath of fresh air. And the fact that we now have the Seven of Pentacles, this does look like it has a lot to do with money. It does seem like this reading has more to do with career stuff. It has more to do with our skill set. It's like if we didn't get the promotion or we didn't get a job at a certain company, maybe a company we wanted to work for drug their heels so long to the point where we're like, okay, so I guess I'm not qualified for this, but I totally thought I was qualified for this, but they can't seem to be ready to hire me. And then we go, you know what, I'm going to quit waiting on this company. They've done 5 interviews with me. They're still saying that they're not sure. Why don't I just look elsewhere? And it turns out you get a flood of responses from a ton of other companies, and companies want to pay you more. There's long-term success up ahead in other places. So if we keep getting strung along and something's not moving forward at all, this storyline for this character, and of course, these are just fictional stories. I am not a psychic, but in this storyline, it's like when there's blockages, not every blockage is because of us. Sometimes it's the blockage is there because the universe wants us to say, let me evaluate. Is it time that I turn my attention elsewhere and see, what other opportunities exist? Because maybe this blockage is because this one's not for me. Maybe I should be lucky that a company is procrastinating so much and can't hire me, because I wouldn't have gotten a little fed up and decided to put out my resume only to discover a ton of companies want me and they want to pay me better and there's room for growth. That's what this looks like. This is so exciting. Let me get one last card here. Excuse me, it's two. And we got the Star card and we've got the Four of Pentacles. So, and this is to clarify that Five of Pentacles in the reverse. This is so nice, Leo. This is not feeling overlooked. This is not feeling shut out. This is feeling respected. This is exactly what you'd wished for. And it allows you to hold on to the things that are most dear to you. Because I almost feel like, well, let's go back and say, could this still have been about relationship? Absolutely. But if we had been basically having to surrender so many of the things that are important to us, surrender so much of ourselves in order to try to match with a company or a relationship that couldn't quite open up, couldn't quite give. And so we had to keep basically lowering our standards. What's so amazing is when we decide, you know what, I've lowered my standards a ton. I've been really patient. I've kind of taken like a lot less adequate communication than what I would have expected. And at this point, I'm going to turn my attention somewhere elsewhere. And as we do, we start to see all these other opportunities, because we've been focusing, I think, for too long on a company or a person that just couldn't, they just drug their heels. They had problems. They couldn't open up. They couldn't choose to hire. They weren't ready to hire, whatever it was. But we kept lowering, like ourselves a little bit to try to keep accommodating them, wondering like what's going on, until finally we go, wait a second, this is not right. I shouldn't be lowering my standards to match them or delaying my own progress, because what if they do hire me instead? As soon as we kind of get irritated enough to say, no, I think I'm going to send out resumes everywhere else, and you see what a hot commodity you are, or you start to date other people and realize, wow, other people are really interested in me, and I don't have to lower my standards for anyone. I get to maintain who I truly am, and something matches me in my best energy, instead of me having to kind of like get bogged down and delayed and accept all those delays. So not only am I not out in the cold or feeling like, gosh, why am I so overlooked? It's like, actually, this is how I find exactly what I truly wanted, and someone who makes me feel like I'm truly wanted. It could also be that you're able to understand why other things held back so long. It was so that you could have this. This is like the gift from the universe. It says, I don't want you getting stuck with the wrong one. So, let's let things play out to where it's going to be bogged down and bogged down and bogged down until finally you break away and move someplace else. And that's where you find your happiness. And it's so good that there was that bogged down previously, because otherwise we could have been stuck with the wrong thing. We could have been attaching ourselves to something that was not, I don't know how to say this politely, so I'll just say something that wasn't good enough for us. You deserve something better. So this is a really, to end with this Aquarius Star card especially, this is such a beautiful shift of energy and a beautiful gift from the universe. But it definitely comes after we've been bogged down, waiting for something to recognize what our worth is, until we go, what am I doing? I'm going to go ahead and put myself out there. And the reaction that you get from the rest of the world or other companies or other, potential love interests is like, wow, okay, so I actually am something. Yes, you are something. And I like this story because it's like that reassurance that you have a lot of value. So anyway, guys, I'm going to wrap this one up. Thank you guys for being here. If you enjoyed this, please do give it a thumbs up. Please do subscribe to my channel. I'd love to have you as part of our beautiful community. My channel is free. I don't sell extended readings. I don't do donations, and I don't sell readings. My channel, if you're new here, just so you know, my channel is quite a bit different. I'm not a psychic. I do not pretend to be. I wish I had that gift, but I don't. Instead, I'm a storyteller. I'm a writer who writes without a pen. I really believe in free will. So I don't think anything ever comes true in our life that we do not invite in and manifest for ourselves. So when you listen to my storytelling, I hope what you hear is the messages. Look at them as characters, and if you identify with those characters, awesome. Maybe there's some inspiration, but at the end of the day, only we will decide what's true for us. So I hope that makes sense. Lots of love, you guys. Bona fide and blunt. Very nice to see you. Thank you for being here. All right, you guys, happy Easter. Bye.